Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. We sit in a very special place called a Hogan. The modern day meets the ancient day, and yet there is a message, something special. In this place you learn how the ancients lived. The indigenous of the valley depended upon the valley. They wanted for nothing except water. The valley fed them, clothed them, kept them warm, kept them cool. And this was a sufficiency. In this modern age today, that sufficiency is not needed like that. And yet what we teach is that the planet continues to supply what you need. The planet and spirit combined together is what we teach. And all of you will go home to something far more modern. And what you learn here is not what you're supposed to do. Or is it? We want to talk about abundance. If you ask the indigenous of the valley 300 years ago, are they abundant? And they would say yes. And they would say that Spirit, the planet, supplies everything they need, and they would be correct. And when you leave this place, can you say the same? There's an ancient story, and we've told it many times. Thousands of years ago, where the Israelites walked for 40 years in a circle. They grew nothing, they were on the move constantly, and they covered the same area year after year. And as the scriptures say, they were fed every day from the sky. They had an abundance, and if you ask them if they have an abundance, they would say, yes, for one day. And they were constantly looking at the next day. Dear ones, that's what you do today. Even though you are fed every day, there is an abundance, as defined, truly is what you need from day to day to exist. And even in the Western world, this is the way of it. If you're allied with the planet and with Spirit in a consciousness that is elevated, Spirit will supply for you the abundance you need every single day of your life. And it's beyond just what you eat and what the clothing is. The abundance comes in health. The abundance comes in peace over the things that might give you stress. There is an abundance. There is plenty for all. This is the story of the ancients. Extrapolate it to today. See if it can be something that you would take home to your modern places every day, to wake up and know that there is abundance from day to day. There are certain indigenous that storehouse, and they would storehouse perhaps in the kivas, and they would do it for those places and times where they needed it. There is that tendency in the West. But you don't storehouse when you need it. You storehouse it because you want to storehouse it. And you worry when your storehouse is empty. Dear ones, this is what we want to tell you. The abundance is clear, it's for all, and it's forever. Take what you learn here and see in the most simplest form, and take it home. Finally, I say this. If you could go back 300-400 years, and you could interview the indigenous who live in these beautiful places that they built without nails, you would see that they were happy. You would see that they were in line and in harmony with all that was around them. Yes, they had problems like any other human being. But, dear ones, they were happy because they were in alliance with the planet. That is an elevated consciousness. And that is what you're learning to take home with you today. And so it is.